YouTubers, I'm back. Haven't run away yet. I'm back. My name is Lila Glow.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Lila Glow. If this is your first time to tune in to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And for those of you that have seen me before and are coming back just to view my videos, please, it's amazing to have you back. Please subscribe to my channel, and please give this video a thumbs up if you like whatever we're going to talk about today. Anyway, last time we met, I know I always say we met even if we don't meet in person, but as far as I'm concerned, when you come to my channel, we're meeting. This is our meeting place. So and like I said before, this is our big family, and we're just gonna take each day as it comes and enjoy ourselves as we kind of like get to know each other and share a lot of information with each other. I just need to get myself a cup of tea. Oh gosh, it's finished. I forgot I actually drank it all. Anyway, what we're going to talk about, as you can see from the title of this video is Africa Made Me. In this video really, I just want to talk about myself, and so I could kind of like let you know about who I am, who I really am. And for those of you who've, obviously most of you, this is the first time you're actually even knowing about me. So I am still kind of like, first of all, I'll just say quickly that I am still trying to learn the YouTube life, and kind of like to learn how to do videos and kind of like how to more or less make it a little bit more exciting for you guys. It's always exciting for me anyway, and I know it's not perfect yet, but in time, as I get to learn more, and probably you guys are going to help me kind of like navigate this YouTube life a little bit more. But well, so anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm still kind of like putting my equipment together, and so far I'm kind of like just using whatever I can to make things better for myself. So like it is even just now, I'm not sure whether the lighting is good, but I should think it's not too bad. Maybe I've actually just made it worse. So yeah, I'll just kind of like see if I could make it a little bit better for you. Let's see. Oh no, oh gosh. All right. So I think that's a little bit better, and we will stick to that one. Anyway, so I'm just going to tell you about myself and where I'm from. Like the title, I'm actually originally from Africa, and Zambia in particular. I came to the UK in 2000, but all I wanted to say in this video is that Africa really did make me, because I was born there and I spent my early years in Africa, and I would just say most of my life in Africa. So really what you see here is a product of Africa. So thumbs up Africa, thumbs up, and big up to Zambia, where I came from, my homeland. Yeah, so really I actually left Africa in 2001, and I left Africa to pursue my studies, and I originally went to Holland. That's where I actually went to study. So I kind of like went to study tourism management, and when I went to Holland, little did I know that I actually had to do the actual course in Dutch. So at the time I had no clue about the Dutch language anyway, and nobody actually told me it was in the Dutch language. They probably just assumed. So I got there and they said to me, oh, well, the course is actually in Dutch, so you have to learn Dutch for a year, and then after that you can actually start your course, because it's actually taught in Dutch. And I thought, oh gosh, you know, I just wish they had told me, then I could actually done my, you know, kind of like chose another place to go. But I'm so glad that anyway I went to Holland, because I kind of like got to experience Holland and got to meet the lovely people in Holland, and it was amazing. So I actually started studying my Dutch, which I learned only halfway through because I just could not be bothered, to be honest. It was just so hard. I think it's easier to learn a language when you're young than when you're older. And I did struggle, I must say. I did kind of like learn a few words here and there, like just the greetings and the thank you and things like that. But I think that was about it. But I made a very good friend who I met there. She was Dutch, and she was actually, Flemish. She kind of like taught me all about, I used to teach her some English and she would teach me some Dutch, so that was good. And so it was amazing because my life in Holland was brilliant. And so I was saying my life in Holland was great, because I did kind of like make a friend, and she was actually teaching me Dutch, and I was kind of like teaching her English. So we kind of like made a little good team there. So it was good. And in general, I enjoyed living in Holland. And then after that, I moved to Scotland because I just couldn't manage. Rather, I just felt like it was a bit of a waste of time studying Dutch for a year, and when I could actually do the course in English somewhere else. And so I decided to apply to Scotland because my sister lived in Scotland. She was working in Scotland, so I kind of like just thought, oh, it would be nice to be with my sister. And my sister was my best friend. I'm sure some of you will relate to it. If you have a sister who you really get along with, a sister who you love so much, a sister who you tell each other secrets, a sister who's your best friend, that was my sister. She was my best friend, and she was here. And she was like, girl, what are you doing there? You just come and join me. You know, we're going to have lots of fun. And then you don't even have to learn Dutch. You just kind of like go straight into your course and just do your course without having to learn Dutch. And I thought it made sense. And I think what attracted me most is to be near my sister, because we just really used to kind of get up to no good when we were together. We were quite mischievous, but it was amazing. It was kind of like lovely, and that was really tempting. So I just kind of like left everything that I was doing there and decided to I applied to Scotland, and they called me to Scotland to start. So I came and joined my sister, and we had a blast. We had such a great time. And I kind of like thought I should have done this before. But anyway, so after that, and as I was studying, I was working in a care home, just kind of like trying to make a bit of money and to also help my sister out. And while I was working in a care home, I kind of like really enjoyed it. And that reminded me, actually it was my sister that reminded me to say, Leah, you're so stubborn. You're so stubborn because Dad wanted you to do this kind of job, because Dad wanted me to do nursing when I just kind of like finished high school. He was so adamant, and he kept on saying you should do nursing because nursing is good, nursing will take you far, nursing is secure and all that. And but I still didn't want to do it because everybody in the family, were like teachers, nurses, doctors, and I just couldn't be bothered. I was one of the youngest children and in the family, and I didn't want to do what everybody had been doing because I was sick of it. I just wanted to be different. So I decided I wanted to do travel and tourism. And I remember my dad actually making me apply for nursing, and I did apply. But when I applied for nursing, when they actually called me to do my nursing, a letter came in the post, and I hid it. I didn't want my dad to know that I was actually accepted. 2 weeks down the line, my brother, who was actually studying medicine at the same university hospital, actually saw my name on the board, because those days, well, that was back home, those days they used to actually put the names on the board for those new people that are coming to start their courses. And my brother saw my name there, and he called home and said, why is she not here? And my dad was like, well, she hasn't been accepted. And he said, no, her name is here. Anyway, I had a bit of a chat with dad, and he wasn't too happy. He was impressed with me, and he said, how could you do that? And then I had to come clean, and I just told him that, you know what, Dad, I actually didn't like it. You were actually forcing me to do it, and I didn't want to do what everybody is doing. And he says, what do you want to do then? I said, I want to do travel and tourism. And he says, why? And I said, I don't know, I just like it. I just want to travel, and I just want to be, I think I just liked the way air hostesses look like, the uniforms and everything. And I just thought, I'll love that, because a lot of times I always like nice things, and air hostesses then used to travel a lot, and they used to have nice things, and they used to look nice and all that. So that's what I really wanted to do. So I kind of like had to tell my dad that that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do nursing, and he told me, well, nursing is better. I said, well, whatever, I really don't want to do nursing. And I pretended I was quite squeamish. I didn't like blood. I didn't like that. And he said, all right, fair enough. But why didn't you just say it instead of wasting your time applying and going for an interview and all that? And I said, well, I didn't want you to be angry with me. And he says, well, you should have just said. So now I know, sometimes it's best just to say it than to kind of like beat about the bush, and then you end up not actually getting your point across. To save yourself a lot of agony, I think that's the best to do. So anyway, so my dad, so I didn't do it. So I went instead to do travel and tourism, and because in Africa at the time they didn't do like a degree. So after I finished that phase part of tourism, then I actually I applied to Holland, and I was actually called to do a course. But I was told that before I do the course, I had to learn Dutch, because the course was actually taught in Dutch. So I had to learn Dutch in a year, for 1 year. That meant that the course was longer by a year, which I didn't plan for. So anyway, that was a bit disappointing, but anyway, I decided to do it. So I started the course in Dutch, and it was hard, you guys. It was really hard. Do you know, it's easier to learn a language when you're little, when you're young, from a baby, or maybe whatever, from 6 years old or 4 years old or whatever. But as an adult, it's so hard to learn a new language. And I was like, where am I even going to start from? Anyway, so I did the language, and halfway through, and I was always in contact with my sister. My sister was in Scotland. She was working in Scotland, and she was like, girl, are you mad? studying Dutch. What are you going to do with it? And I said, I know. So she says, why are you wasting your time when you can actually do the same course here? And it's here you just learn it straight in English. So why are you wasting your time doing that? And I thought she had a point. And I think what attracted me most was just the fun that I was just thinking, oh gosh, if I go to Scotland, me and my sister are going to have fun. You know, have you ever had a sister who you're so close with? You share everything. She's your best friend. You tell each other secrets. You keep each other's secrets. Everything is just perfect, and you have a ball when you're together. That was my sister. She was my immediate elder sister. So we used to fight a lot when we were young. But as adults, honestly, we were so close, and she used to tell me things that she'd say, oh, don't tell mom or dad, or don't tell anybody. And I did the same, and I could tell her anything. She never judged me. I never judged her either. And we were really like a good team. We were so close. So I just thought, I'm going to go to Scotland, and left everything and came to Scotland and studied my course. And while I was doing that, I was working in the care home, like I said, kind of like working with elderly people and everything, just to raise money, not because I wanted to do it, just to raise money. But surprisingly, I loved it. I loved working with elderly people, helping them out, doing stuff for them, and just caring for them, really, because I used to do that with my grandma. So I think my dad saw that in me. That's why he really wanted me to do nursing. But anyway, so I decided to come to so I continued doing my work in the care home while I did my studies. And one of the workmates I used to work with in a care home, she had a birthday party, and she invited me to that birthday party, and I went for the birthday party. And little did I know that just there I'm going to meet my future husband at that same party. So anyway, I went there, and we were having fun, and I met I met this guy. Anyway, then he wasn't my husband, and you know, we kept chatting. We talked about a lot of things, and he was telling me how interested he was to, you know, about Africa. I wanted to go to Africa to visit, and I went to a safari and all that kind of stuff. And got to talk, and because initially I used to be in the tourism industry, and he thought, oh, since you've been into the tourism industry, you might be able to tell me a bit about Africa and stuff like that. So I said, oh, no problem. So, and then we exchanged, and then he gave me his email address and said, oh, you can send me some information at this address about Africa, because I would really love to travel to Africa. And I gave him all that information, and well, no, I sent him an email with all the information, and he replied, oh, thank you very much. So, and then he started talking to me, you know, he'd send me an email, you know, and then we continued communicating. And then after that I said, oh, maybe we should phone and have a chat. And then I phoned, and we'd talk on the phone. And but then he was from Scotland, but he lived in England. So at the time, so he was going back to England, and then he said, oh, maybe I can call you, and then, well, we started talking on the phone, and one thing led to another. And then at the time, I was actually moving to England. So I moved to England, and because he lived in England, I moved to London, and he was in Bournemouth. So we kind of like used to communicate, continued communicating, and it was even nearer. So we started seeing each other, we started visiting each other. One thing led to another, and then in 2005 he proposed, and a year later we got married. Unfortunately, my sister was at a wedding because she passed away a year before. She passed away in 2005, which is a shame. That's a story for another time. It was really heartbreaking for me that my sister couldn't even attend my wedding. But I would tell you a lot more about things that are some unpleasant things that have happened in my life, which includes the loss of some of my siblings and stuff like that. But yeah, at the moment. So anyway, so we had a wedding in a little village in Scotland, and this is where we have actually moved to now. Remember in my previous video I did say that we've moved to Scotland, and I've been telling you, I've been bragging about the scenery in Scotland, and I can't say enough about how beautiful the scenery is. One of these days I should show you. Honestly, I should try, because I keep saying it. I don't even know what to say. It's just beautiful. Honestly, you people, you guys, you should all come to Scotland. Except for the weather. The weather is terrible, but the scenery makes up for it. I tell you that. But anyway, so we got married in Scotland in a little parish church in a little village, and it was lovely. My brother gave me away. He came all the way from Canada. It was beautiful. Yeah, so we got married, and we've been married now 13 years. We don't have any children. Surprise, surprise. It's not actually surprise, surprise. We don't have any children. But that, I'm sure a lot of you people would want to know why we don't have children. We've married for a long time. Like, I've heard that question so many times. And yeah, I think that will be for another time. It's too long a topic. But another time, and if you really want to know a bit more about other things that I'm probably not talking about yet, and you're quite interested, or you want me to talk about something else next time, please put your comments in the comment box, in the comments below, just so maybe next time I could answer your questions or could be able to talk about it. Yeah, so we've had a lovely marriage, and I've quite enjoy the way we are right now. No problems. I'm quite happy. We're all quite happy. We're quite content. Well, content is another word. But in the children department, we're quite content with the way we are. Just the two of us. We've got a little dog though, and he's part of the family, as you know. His name is Snowy. You'll meet him next time. I think you met him in my last video, but you'll meet him properly next time. So I've got a fur baby, and I'm sure some of you might think it's daft, but you know, it's just like a dog. I've got a dog. He's part of the family, so that's good. Yeah, so we've lived in England for quite a long time. Since I moved to England after Scotland, I've lived there for all this time, and altogether, I mean, I've been away from Zambia since for almost 20 years actually, and I actually feel blessed to feel like I've got a home in Zambia where I can always go back to if I needed to, and I still have a home here. This is my home now. But I just feel privileged to be able to say that I've got two places where I can call home. Zambia is still my home, and this place is my home now. I feel privileged that way, and so surprise, surprise, you might want to know, I am actually a nurse now. Despite all that fighting and kicking and refusing to be a nurse, all I can say is that Dad knew best. Parents always know best, I tell you. I know not all the time, but a lot of times they know best. Listen to them. If my dad was here right now to hear what I'm saying, he would be saying, yeah, you need to learn that. So this is a very good lesson. After I had actually worked in care homes during my studies, you know, my tourism and travel studies and management studies, I was working part-time in the care homes instead. So I enjoyed it that much. I didn't know I'd enjoy it so much. Then I decided to apply in the hospital, and I said to myself, if I enjoy working in the hospital as a healthcare assistant, that means I'll know that really nursing is my calling. So I went to work in the care home, in the hospital, and I loved it even more. So it was a no-brainer, so I decided to go to nursing school, and I applied to Southampton Uni, and I was accepted. So I started my course, and I did my 3 years course. We were the last group to do the advanced diploma. I finished my advanced diploma, and I've been working since I qualified, and I've actually, I think I enjoy nursing. I think this is actually where what my calling was, to be a nurse. But I think I kind of like was just ignoring it and didn't want to know. But really, this is what it is. This is what I was meant to do all those years. And I think I kind of like just wasted my time. But in a way, I don't feel like I wasted my time, because we pass through things for a reason. I think this was just my path to get to where I am. All the things that I've learned in the way, even just the tourism and travel, that has made me to kind of like be able to be friendly and open to people, and kind of like understand people from different backgrounds, and you know, in that way. And also management studies, it comes in handy in nursing, or management studies come in handy in a lot of situations, even just in your home management, in everything. You kind of like learn certain things. So everything that I've done, I would not really say that I have it was a mistake. Nothing was a mistake. I just was following my path. And I'm sure a lot of you might have a situation where you feel like, am I doing the right thing, or am I in the right thing? You might not be in your final right thing, but then is there a final right thing? Because you can always continue to elevate yourself, or to move yourself upwards, or to change directions. But that might just be your path. But that might not be your end though. But that might be your path. And maybe through that, that's like, you know, life is like a step, like steps. You kind of like get to that step, and that step takes you to another step, and that step takes you to another place. So so we can't really beat ourselves up about things that we've done, a feeling that we've wasted our time doing those things, but they've just kind of like contributed to what we are today. And I actually think that everything that has happened to me has made me what I am. And as this video, the title of this video says, the title of this video is Africa Made Me. And I feel very, very sure that Africa, because that's where I was born, because that's where I started my early life, I feel like Africa has actually made me into the person I am today. And this person and Africa is sharing whatever that it's taught me to the rest of the world. I actually really believe that, and I'm sure there's so many of you that relate to what I'm saying. Some of you come from different places, but you're in a different place, which is now your home. But you can never forget where you come from, and this is one thing that I'll never do. Africa will always be in my heart. Zambia will always be in my heart. This is the place where my life began. I've got it actually. I'll show you next time. I've got actually a hoodie which says, oh, I can't even remember. Oh, I'll show you next time. It talks about me coming from Zambia, and like my life began in Zambia. I like that t-shirt. I got it. I found it somewhere online. My sister actually bought it first. She lives in Australia, and I saw it on her, and I said, I've got to have it, because that really rings true to me. So you guys, it's been amazing knowing each other a bit more again, and thank you so much for tuning in to my channel again. For those of you that are new, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the like button if you did enjoy this video. And also for those people that have been coming to my channel, please continue to be lovely, and continue to be my number ones and continue to be part of the family, please subscribe to my channel and please hit the like button. Please give me a thumbs up if you've liked this video. Of course, sometimes I can't talk. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end here. The video has been quite long, but I'll come back with some more. Like I said, I'll be trying my hardest to post at least once a week. So if I'm lucky and I get more time, I might even post more than once, but at the moment, once a week. And guys, this is your girl, Lila Glow, and have a great day. All the best, and God bless you. Lots of love.